really big names. This should be a really good race. A few guys to look for. Obviously, Ruben has been very fast all weekend, but Cody Gilmore has been sneaky fast on that number 374 Suburban Motors Harley-Davidson bike. I really going to watch for him to be battling it up front with these guys. Getting really close to a green flag here for the Bagger GP and Pro Stock Bagger classes here. Green flag in the air, and they're off.
We're off and rolling. There you see, look like Ruben Zaus trying to make quick work and grab the early race lead. Playing like a little MotoGP style there. I saw that leg kick off.
Ruben is a very accomplished rider, world superbike rider, has raced a lot of different disciplines and very, very fast on a motorcycle. But man, Sam's not going to let it go easy. Sam Guerin. Oh, hand in the air again for Sam. More
same
problems.
Spot. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but look, I mean, almost the exact same spot that we saw earlier in the day. He ran into difficulty, so Sam Guerin doesn't look like he's going to be able to compete like we were hoping. It looked like he was feisty. It looked like he wanted it.
Man, that's really unfortunate for the OG Moto team. Looks like he's got it fired back up, but man, they must have an electrical gremlin or something in that motorcycle. Hopefully they can get that solved overnight for tomorrow's round.
So taking a look now, let's see who that is running in the second place spot on field. Is that Gilmore?
Cody Gilmore in second and Arnie Wells in third. Both of those two riders on the Suburban Motors Harley-Davidson team, sponsored by Sly Fox, Bridgestone, Jolly Good. They got a list of sponsors, a really strong team. They got a handful of riders out here this weekend, and it's really starting to show the strength of that team right there. Cody trying to stay in touch with Ruben right now.
Yeah, there's one guy you want to try to take notes from and see exactly what he's doing. Ruben Zaus, you can see right there, it just seems like he's able to lean just a little bit more. He's almost just even a little more aggressive on these incredibly heavy machines, which is so crazy to say that he's able to manhandle 600 plus pounds around, but nonetheless you see him doing it.
Man, the stuff that Ruben's doing on this fueling-powered red Road Glide right now, it's unreal to watch him in real life. I was watching him all day yesterday through practice. And he's just really seemed to got this motorcycle really dialed in. I mean, you know, coming from a World Superbike background, he really knows what it is he's looking for as far as traction, as far as braking, and has really got this bike dialed in.
Well, and it almost sounds cliche, right? Getting the bike dialed, getting everything set in properly. But when you're going this fast and when you've got the consequences that are this high, being comfortable on your machine is absolutely crucial, especially somebody at this level. He spent so many times fine-tuning machines of various disciplines, like you said. And even when we were doing that interview yesterday, between trying to get the interview, he was down there on the ground with his team, hands-on approach. He's not just talking, he's out there trying to spin wrenches and help out as much as possible.
Well, there's a reason that a guy like him, you know, rises to the level of like a World Superbike rider, and it isn't because he's not actively involved with the team and the motorcycle. I mean, yeah, to get to that level, you have to be very committed to every aspect of the motorcycle and the team and yourself, and there's so much to balance there between the motorcycle, yourself, your mental fitness, your physical fitness, all of the above. And Ruben's got that pedigree, and it's really showing here in the BRL in round number 1 here.
Well, right now he is out front leading the way for your Andrew Performance Product Bagger GP class. We'll try to check back in and see what's going on in that Pirelli Pro Stock Bagger, as Cody Gilmore and Arnie Wells were doing battle last time we saw, with Tony Salima knocking on the door as well. He currently holds down that third place spot.
I know his good buddy Clay Braun, who's at home, you know, resting and healing up from that motorcycle accident, is cheering on Tony Salima out there. And we wish Clay the best. Hope he heals up well, and we hope to see him at the next round in Michigan here coming up in about 4 weeks.
Absolutely, but definitely enjoying watching Salima do his thing right now, as Eric Reyes rounding out the top 5. We'll see on screen, but as you can see already, quite the gap been opened up by Ruben Zaus out front.
Yeah, it looks like Cody, I mean, that's a very respectable pace by Cody Gilmore. Looks like he's in the top spot in the Pro Stock Bagger class, and he's running some really good lap times here. And hats off to Cody. I mean, I don't think that the lead that Ruben has over him is an indication of how well Cody's riding this motorcycle. Cody's really been on fire, put in some really impressive lap times, and looks really good on that Suburban Motors Bridgestone backed Road Glide out there.
Like we said, we've got so many different riders from so many different disciplines. Obviously, Cody, you coming from a motocross, supercross background, and then you've got Ruben out front with the Moto America background. Like, it just goes to show, whatever you've ridden, whatever you've grown up riding, you can still get you a bike and get out here, and it doesn't take too much to get it figured out. But these guys, top-level athletes, to be at the top level of both our bagger GP and pro stock bagger classes.
And to add to that mix, Arnie Wells sitting there in third place. Our very first Bagger Racing League bike back in 2021 at Salt Lake City. Arnie showed up on a motorcycle that he rode to the track, okay, street equipped, street glide, floorboards, handlebars, and now look at him. He's sitting third behind Ruben Zaus and Cody Gilmore. So it just shows you that the everyday guy can get into this, and with a couple years and some hard work and some training, you can be a top dog out there. And Arnie won the championship back in 2022, so he's no slouch. So hats off to Arnie. Tony Salima at fourth. Eric Reyes, a new racer this year, sitting in fifth. I had a good conversation with Eric yesterday. This is his first Bagger Racing League race, and I think to be sitting fifth here is a huge accomplishment. And so hats off to Eric for running fifth.
Yeah, talk about jumping into the deep end here in this Pro Stock Bagger class. Doing a great job right now. As we take a look at some of our other riders out on course making their way around. I believe that is Eric just up the top of your screen.
Yeah, and that's the 501 of Tyler Elliott. Tyler was nice enough to donate that on-track GoPro footage at the top of the show. And so thanks to Tyler for filming some stuff yesterday from practice and letting us use it here in the broadcast. Tyler out there holding it down in sixth place right now, having a good run.
Doing a great job for sure. And yeah, talk about how fortunate we are we've got drones, we've got cameras on the ground, and then to be able to get an onboard, just an idea as to how fast they're going, the way they're setting these things up. It's truly impressive to see for sure.
So Ruben just doing what Ruben does and just clicking off impressive lap times, lap after lap, and just making it happen, making it look effortless and easy. So.
And we see on screen, so Tony, maybe you can explain this a little more for the viewers at home. Ruben really kind of the only rider that we've seen so far is kicking that leg out. Can you explain as to what it is that he's doing?
Yeah, it's kind of a dual purpose thing. It's kind of for balance as you go into the corner and you're hard on the brakes and you're really trying to get an idea of what the tires are doing underneath you. And getting that leg out there, it's kind of like if you're standing on a balance beam and you kick one leg out to the side, it helps you balance a little bit more. So it's helping him stay balanced. And also some of the racers say it actually adds braking power. You kick that leg out there into the wind and it helps slow you down even faster. So it's kind of a dual purpose. It's for balance and helping you slow down a little bit.
Well, it's certainly working out for him right now as he is continuing to set a blazing pace out front, now starting to work his way into the tail end of the field.
Looks like he's getting ready to lap Joe Sanderson there. Joe having a good run. Looks like Ruben's going to make quick work of that going into turn one there. Ruben has, his sights set really high, wanting to take Bagger Racing League global, like we talked about in the interview earlier. And he's making, a strong foundation in his own program here on what Bagger Racing League, is, and he's building a strong motorcycle and a strong team. And I think Ruben has a lot of promise, and he's going to help take this sport to the next level on an international scale.
Yeah, I think that just goes to show with Bagger Racing League, obviously this is a national series, and it's a big event, but at the same time, whether it's with Rob Bidas or whoever it is out of the BRL crew, they listen to the riders. They talk to them. They get ideas from them. And it seems like the riders want to be an integral part of the growth of the sport as well. They're out there putting on social media, trying to reach out to their friends. Anybody that they know with a bike that could race, they're trying to get them out here. And we encourage each and all of our viewers out on YouTube as well. If you have a bike, or even if you just want to come check it out, it's worth it. It's worth the drive. It's worth to come out here because I think it is only the beginning of great things for BRL. And like you said, not only we're taking it on a national level, looking to go international in the years to come.
Yeah, with the Canadian round coming up later this year, it's really exciting. It'll be the first time that baggers are going to be racing on the other side of the American border. So it's exciting stuff. Ruben making some hand gestures there to his team. Not sure if he's got an issue there. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Hopefully everything's okay, but it looks like he was pointing at the motor or something as he passed by his team there, crossing the start-finish line. Hopefully everything's okay. I know Cody Gilmore and Arnie Wells would not be upset if Ruben had a mechanical, because that's going to be the only way they're going to catch him.
Maybe don't want him out of it. Just slow him down a little bit.
Just slow him down a little bit. Yeah, make it interesting.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, it looks like Cody still holding down second, Arnie in third, Tony Salima holding down fourth, and Eric Reyes rounding up the top five still. Nothing changed there. Everybody kind of just like running their pace. Everybody's kind of got a little bit of a gap on the rider in front of them. And everybody just trying to hold their own and click off laps here and not make any mistakes.
Can't help but wonder where Sam Guerin would have been in the mix of this as well. He looked really strong early in those first couple of corners, and looks like he wanted to get into the fight. So hopefully, like you said, they're going to be able to get that machine figured out overnight, and that is the beautiful thing. Maybe you don't get the start that you were looking for. Maybe you didn't have the race that you were looking for today. Guess what? We get a chance to do it tomorrow as well.
Yeah, and I know one thing about that original Garage Moto team is that they're a strong team. They're going to put in the work. They're going to be up all night tonight if that's what it takes to get this bike figured out. They're going to do everything they can to fix this motorcycle so that they can get out here and finish strong tomorrow.
Talking about finishing strong, Ruben Zal's trying to do just that. He's got one more lap to go out here in the Andrew Performance Product Bagger GP class.
Looks like that motorcycle's still running strong, so I don't know what he was pointing at earlier, but that bike is still... Oh, I see a little bit of smoke there.
I see exactly what you're talking about there, Tony.
Oh, I see smoke.
Ooh, I'm seeing a lot more of it now as well, and this could be a huge shakeup.
Man, he's just got to make it around one more time. Hopefully that's not oil. The last thing you want to see is oil on a back tire and have him go down. That's not what we want to see. So hopefully he can get it around to the finish line before anything catastrophic happens here. Hopefully that's not too bad.
And we talk about this Bagger GP class. These guys are pushing the envelope and pushing the limits of both the man and machine, right?
Sure.
It's it just goes to show sometimes it's not always the man who can't hang on, but the bike that just can't quite make it. Looks like he's limping it there. I mean, he's
there's a lot of smoke. And a lot of smoke coming out of there. Can't quite tell where it's coming from. He's just got to hang on. He realizes there's something going on. He knows what's up, so hopefully he's going to be able to limp it home.
And it looks like there was a yellow in that corner as well, so trying to see whether or not there's a down rider or anything like that.
He's got one more turn. He's just kind of easing it in there, which is smart, because the last thing you want to do is lay into a corner with oily tires and throw it all away. So he's got, the nice thing is he had built up enough of a lead that he allowed himself to just kind of limp it in there and get home and still take home that number one spot.
Yep, he got the damage done early there. You can see him taking a look down at the machine. And he does still take the checkered flag and the win there for the Andrew Performance Product Bagger GP class. Going to go ahead and pull that thing off to the side of the racetrack.
Yeah, and like you were saying, you know, these motorcycles are not motorcycles that were ever designed or intended to be ran on a road course and pushed to the limits that these guys are pushing them to. So yeah, it's very easy for these guys to find the limits of these motorcycles. And it looks like Ruben found it today. I think that fueling team, another really strong team, a talented group of guys, and they'll get to work tonight, get that bike ready for tomorrow.
And it did look like Cody Gilmore was going to come across the line for the Pirelli Pro Stock Bagger win. You think it was Arnie Wells coming across the line in second as we're watching Ruben Zaus talk with, I'm not sure if that's a team member or maybe a track official.
It's like a track official, yeah.
Well, let's take a look at how the final race of the day unfolded. So Ruben Zaus, like we said, making quick work in the beginning, aggressively getting that start and moving into the preferred line. And it looked like it was going to be Sam Guerin there giving him a run for his money. Really runs it up close here in turn 2 and sets his sights for that long stretch down turn 3. We thought we had a battle on our hands, and then almost in the identical spot as earlier today, the hand goes up and Sam Guerin not sure if he finished, but wasn't able to run up competitively at the front like he wanted.
Yeah, I think he did get the bike restarted, but not sure if he ran the full race or not, and obviously not in contention for a podium. So here's Ruben just kind of plugging away in the laps, kind of just checked out, clicked off laps all through the race until that last lap, until he started having a mechanical, but was able to hold on there. But Ruben really just making it look effortless. It's funny, you talk to Ruben and he'll say that the bike needs this and the bike needs that, or it needs a little bit of this or a little bit of that, but man, on screen, that thing looks like it's working perfectly.
Absolutely, yeah, and riding it perfectly as well. Now, we did see on that final lap, looked like some smoke starting to come out. We weren't quite able to identify where it was coming from, but it looks like by then the damage was done. Ruben was able to kind of nurse it all the way back to the finish line. No sense in running any kind of risk of getting oil on the tire or going down with only a couple of corners to go. And there it is, the checker flag came out, and Ruben Zaus going to grab the opening round win in your Andrew Performance Products Bagger GP class, with Cody Gilmore going to grab the win out of the Pirelli Pro Stock Bagger class as well.
That was an exciting race and really enjoyable. Cody, hats off to Cody, taking the win in the Pro Stock class and putting on an impressive ride. Arnie finishing in second in that class, third overall. Tony Salima on a brand new bike, on Claybron's bike, really respectable fourth place there in the Pro Stock.
Does look like Sam Guerin came across the line, so
shows him in fifth. Yep. So he must have gotten fired and charged back up and got a fifth place. So that's a good run for given what he was dealing with.